Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this new video series here on the Lord Master channel, featuring the what do you call this nation? The High Chiefdom of Ife, which is also known as the Uni of Ile-Ife, which is one of the alternate family title. But keep in mind, I don't wish to have children of my own because of the whole idea of Confederate partition, which means sons and daughters get to inherit land, because I would hate it to be decentralized, keep it all in the family. So that's why I vowed to not marry myself and let him remain the heir, even though he doesn't have a family of his own, but he does have a concubine, soon be guarded by who knows. Oh, forced, so they got it from imprisonment from a raid, took her back, and made it his woman. Yeah, that's what he's trying to go for. But I'm not one to judge. Kid too. He doesn't have a spouse of his own, but does have a regent. For whatever reason. And, oil down there. Of oil either. Over there. Not married to two. Well, there's no rush for any of you. So I ain't afraid of what's to come and what isn't. But in the meantime, our renown is in the negative. How to get it back? Well, we just wait until we enact this decision again, which we do have the money for that. And one thing I failed to mention from the previous first episode is lost wax casting that we're trying to get, as we know that the neighboring Igbo has it, but we don't, but we'd like to have it. So this is inspired by the masters of Igbo. Our artisans have mastered a highly sophisticated technique of casting metal to produce beautiful and ornate works of art. Our bronze works will be known for all time, but not now, not till 46 years or so. Which, once that's researched, we get to build small bronze works, and unlocks the ability to organize commission artwork from bronze caster craft guilds, if this culture has the clan-based guilds or ritual hegemony traditions. Which again, they have it, we don't. They're the only culture in this world that knows about it, and we would like to learn from them. And also, we'd like to go raiding again for more prestige. And there are ways to gain prestige. But first, Kruta Jungle Specialist. The jungle is harsh and treacherous to travel, but my people, the Yoruba, have mastered the art of traversing it. Seasoned explorers and guides stand at the ready to see my voice through this lush but deadly terrain. A high martial commander of the jungle stalker joins the court. We only needed this one. This woman here. Oh, excellent. Organizer, in addition to being a jungle stalker. And an herbalist to boot. We just needed someone who can handle these matters, but the real question is, will you get to keep the education? And all that. Because, they did for my other female courtiers. Because in the Dark Ages mod, the event does pop up for female characters. Say, do you want to keep your education or change it? Even though it's recommended to change it as per societal norms. My lord, my brother, and I get to proceed. An oasis has been discovered close to the Chiefdom of Ife. Right here. What would you have me do? An oasis, a source of water and life, or money? It will bring prosperity, irrigation. So I'll be willing to spend money on that. Until next year, next November, that we'll go raiding once we get additional levies. So that structure's finished. Though there are ways to speed it up a bit, if you can. I had a dream where I came into the realm of light, and nothing but light. Light was everywhere, and all I could see. Yet this did not frighten me. If anything, I felt at peace with the cosmos. After I woke up, the feeling of serenity stayed with me for the rest of the day. Because I'm zealous, I say, surely this is a sign from Oldumare. Which Oldumare do you speak of? The High God or Grandfather? I did that just to... Okay, we'll finish 2 months early. 2 months earlier. I mean, yeah, jungle does hinder development a bit, but still. I wonder if this notification of all this goes away when this character dies, and see if it resets it. If not, then it's a definite bug. While this one is best older money, because it's the one who's not crowned by the Uni that deserves it. I mean, I have to, because I'm zealous, humble, and all that. Religious man at heart. Well, meanwhile, trying to get the legitimacy back up to the way it was at the... How much does this cost? And the decision to do that isn't until November. Because I would like to do some festivities. And they don't cost too much, especially in tribal government and in late antiquity era. So the Olojo Festival, we should participate in that. Because that's what I think that this episode should be about. Festivities, first time here. The Olojo Festival is one of the most important annual festivals celebrated in the Nigerian city of Ife, or Ile-Ife. It has a number of religious, cultural, and political functions, particularly in relation to the traditional ruler of Ife, the so-called Uni. According to the legend, the festival was initiated by the third Uni, Ogun. So the festival begins in October. If you arrive before then, the activity will pause as you wait in Ile-Ife at the start. So you may gain various boots like piety or beneficial character modifiers. If you are an Uni yourself, which I am, have additional responsibilities and bonuses from this activity. So its requirement is either the Uni ship or of Yoruba culture. The location you can play card display. Ife is the cradle of mankind and the only place that the Olojo Festival can be held. The Olojo Festival, as the festival commemorating the first dawn, is an occasion of utmost religious importance to everyone, from the greatest Uni to the lowliest peasant. It only costs you 25, no cost to do the travel, so why not? It's cheaper that way. Something to do. There's only a few activity guests that'll be around. Only 4 guests. My physician, my chaplain, and this courtier. Wasn't that the one from earlier? Hang on. The one we were first introduced to? Oh, back. Yeah, that is her. The one who says to be a jungle stalker, and now that's gone. So that was a waste of money. And prestige. It is October now. You're under house arrest. I received word that the chief priest of Oranmiyan, who serves as the chief Yoruba calendar keeper, has decided on the date for this year's Olojo Festival, as arguably the most important festival celebrating Ile-Ife by the Yoruba. It commemorates when Ogun, the fierce god of iron and war, cleared the way for the other spirits and deities to enter Earth and became an early Ooni of the Ile-Ife. As the Ooni, I have an important role to play in this festival, as I'll renew my sacred oath as the spiritual leader of all Yoruba, participate in various rituals, and bless my people. I need to prepare myself and perform various rites and rituals to commune with the ancestors, and I pray for all my people. I can't wait. A week before the commencement of the Olojo Festival, the Ooni is to go into seclusion until the festival starts. In doing so, the Ooni can purify themselves in order to ensure the effectiveness of the various rituals and ceremonies they will be partaking during the Olojo Festival. I am the current Ooni, so it is my duty to follow these sacred traditions without fail. I have retreated into my palace, where I am now communing with my ancestors and engaging in non-stop prayer. While this is ongoing, women from the royal household gather each evening to sing praises to Ogun and Oramiyan, another war deity and ancient Ooni, and to sweep the palace to symbolically cleanse it of evil. Meanwhile, the shrine of Ogun in Ile-Ife is decorated with palm fronds. This helps remind everyone that the Olojo Festival will start soon as I gain 1 piety. By the way, any of you Nigerian viewers, or Yoruba viewers, if you're watching, am I pronouncing it right? Olojo? Oh. Today, an Olojo Festival begins. The first day, Ilogun Day, begins well before sunrise, when the search party is sent from the Ooni's palace to find and capture a dog to be sacrificed to Ogun. Ogun is a wrathful deity who claims victims in hunting, war, and accidents on the road, so it is inevitable that this festival is dedicated to him begins with such a sacrifice. The chief priest of the Olojo Festival, the Osogun, leads the procession with the dog in tow to the Ooni's residence in Ile-Ife. As is tradition, as I, as the Ooni, do not go out to meet with the Osogun. Instead, various chiefs and powerful rulers who have gathered for the Olojo Festival have been waiting outside the palace in my stead. They give the Osogun a small pot of medicine and a formal message from myself that the sacrifice to Ogun can proceed. I was going to now go to the shrine of Ogun. That's 9. You're also going to rise to the shrine of Ogun with a procession and a sacrificial dog. Then, invoking Ogun, the Osogun prays for the Ooni thusly. King, owner of sacred power, second only to the gods, may you reign long, and may you conquer your enemies. A dog is duly tied, and its head smashed with 1 blow of a club. Once dead, it is tied to the sacred trees to be disemboweled, and its blood to flow forth from the shrine. Prayers and offerings have been made for the Ooni and everyone else, as the second dog is sacrificed as well. When the sacrificial ceremonies conclude for the day, everyone starts to make merry, dance and sing praises to Ogun. There's excitement everywhere. On the second day of the Olojo, Ile-Ife is still filled with crowds spreading merriment. Several groups stand out in particular. First are the royals, who wear long flowing robes and a hat of a fringe of thread covering their faces to show all their strong ties to the Uni. Second are the medicine men and women who protect the Uni from evil forces during the festival. They display the medicinal animal horns and whisper incantations to prevent rain from falling during Olojo. Third are palace servants, bodies painted in fierce white and red, accompanied by drummers, who control the crowds with whips. Last but not least are the hunters and blacksmiths, who carry the guild's banners. People are now heading to the Uni's palace too. It is time for one of the rare occasions when the Uni leaves his palace and appears before the public. I emerge from the palace wearing the Are crown, then I flap the beads of the crown and gaze into the crowd. All the rulers and priests prostrate themselves in front of me, acknowledging my authority as divine ruler. Then I make my way to the shrine of Ogun. While doing so, everyone barrages me with prayers and for anything from good health to curses on enemies, as the artists believe to be powerful. I duly dish out the prayers to everyone present. 7 piety, 14 prestige. My trip to the shrine of Ogun takes a while with all the crowd present, but once I arrive there, I perform various rituals of the Ogun. Most importantly, I renew my oath as Uni. Following this, I go to the shrine of the goddess of wealth, Aje. Though men typically occupy the ritual and public space in Yoruba beliefs, women occupy the market space where crucial business decisions are made. So it is important that I am here to appeal to the spirits for a successful year. All in all, these visits reinforce my religious authority. After I return to the palace at the end of the second day, the subsequent third day is usually a break day. It's been very exciting thus far. 23 piety, 19 prestige. It is the fourth and last day of Olojo, when I return to the Shrine of Ogun to repeat all the rituals done there a couple of days ago, such as renewing my sacred oath of kinship. Following this, I visit the elders of my household, before visiting members of the other royal houses nearby. During this time, it is customary for people to greet and provide the Uni with gifts before I return to my residence, when the elder women of my household sing praises to me and to my lineage. This year, I encountered a number of people out here, all who greeted me and showered me with gifts, recognizing my secular and spiritual power as the Uni. I pray for all those who approach me. I gained 53 gold. The Uni receives various gifts, including gold from the people. So that's another way to get money. So doing this festival is encouraging. The Olojo Festival has ended, and those from outside Ile-Ife are leaving the city, though a fun occasion is the festival of people to honor the fearsome god Hus and to pay respects to the Uni, the source of the world's secular and sacred power, and commemorate Yoruba history, heritage, and values. After all, Ile-Ife is a sacred site, said to be the cradle of humankind, where the gods came down to the earth. Ultimately, Olojo is the time for us to recognize the divine forces that regulate the universe. Until next time, you just gained 200 piety and 200 prestige. In renewing your oath, you ritually reinforce the institution of the Uni. So, I could gain either of these, either acceptable, or great, or magnificent. And every participant recently attended there. next time, increase the guest list. I have gained renewed oaths as Uni. It's a great one. This Uni renewed the oaths during the Olojo Festival. Many believe this Uni performed their duties admirably during the festival, guaranteeing that the world shall be blessed by the ancestors and spirits, particularly Ogun, the wrathful god of war and iron. That's +2 diplomacy, +4% piety, 4% prestige, and vassal opinion +6. Thank you very much. Just resting. No low-born concubines. There's a penalty for that. Even though it's adjustable in the settings when playing with Dark Ages. We should do that new Yam Festival, but we can't do that until it's July. Which, interestingly, this day of recording is on the month of July, as the series begins there. You know, every time we see these, like, are they counts or are they baronies? No, it's all counts. Sometimes I wonder why we keep getting them. It doesn't give me anything. Major bloody flux epidemic there. Yoruba Orisha has now populated that area there. So our people took and moved them there, which is good. It's about to be July, so we shall hold the new Yam Festival. This is the other part of the episode that you know about. The new Yam Festival. For context, new Yam Festivals are a type of annual event in many African societies in the so-called Yam Zone that stretches across much of the forested and coastal regions of West Africa, where the yam has traditionally been the primary agricultural crop. Though the specifics of the festival vary greatly from culture to culture, they can be seen as a festive but social and religious ritual that marks the beginning of the yam harvest and reinforces community ties and traditions. For centuries, yams have been an important source of food for the Yoruba and other West African peoples originating from the Atlantic coast. With the yam harvest soon upon us, I should prepare for the new Yam Festival of grand proportions, and thank Osagun for good harvest. The rewards you can get, such as prestige, piety, stress, a chance of every county you own to gain successful new Yam county modifier. You can do that if you are of either the Akan cultural group or Lower Niger. And you can do it in the month of July, August, or September. Which, interestingly enough, I said that it's going to be in those months is how long this series will be around. As it's around in July right now. It'll continue into August and probably into September. Before the release of the next Crusader Kings 3 DLC. And as well as the subsequent new video series that will be for it. Let's plan it. Obviously here. We would like to have this, so be for generosity. The new Yam Festival is a good time to demonstrate your status as the Uni. Your counties will more likely gain the successful New Yam Festival county modifier. You also lose stress if you are just or generous, which I'm not either of them. And for goodness sakes, I encourage anyone to come join. Because when we did it for the Olojo Festival, it was with a small number of guests. But anybody that's able to come, please come here. $11 guests, that's good enough. The new Yam festivals will soon be upon us. When we celebrate the first harvest of the yams, one of the most important crops grown by the Yoruba people. Before even the preparation for the festival can begin, we need to decide on an auspicious date on when will it happen. Such a decision cannot be taken lightly. Now the question is, who should have the responsibility of consulting with the Orisha in determining the date of this year's festival? Our knowledgeable shamans will know what to do. Okay, 30 piety for this. After careful deliberation, a date has been chosen for the festival. Until then, we will do all we can to prepare for this momentous occasion, which includes ritual purification of the ceremony during this time through a number of rituals and practices. Most importantly, we must all adhere to the rule that no one, not even myself, the Uni, is allowed to eat any new yams until the festival. To do so would invite censure and scorn for the community and the orders. Let's start preparing to make sure no one eats the new yams. An important part of the new Yam Festival is that no one is allowed to eat the new yams. That is, the yams that are about to be harvested. Not even a Pavoni like me is allowed to do this. In fact, the restrictions are greatest upon those of elite status like myself. We are prohibited from even looking at not only the new yams, but even the very farmers who touch them. But I see them right there, before me. Delicious, tasty yams, ready to be harvested. I really want to eat them, because I am sick and tired of eating old yams, but I know I shouldn't do it. Or should I? I shouldn't even look at the yams. I must purify myself ritually. I'll gain a tiny bit of stress, but gain piety. In some regions that celebrate the New Yam Festival, it is customary to sacrifice criminals. This is because executing these individuals is seen as the important part of the ritual purification of the community in the lead up to the festival. This year, some of the shamans have told me that they believe it would be most auspicious to include my prisoner here, Hasana, among the condemned to be executed as part of this purification process. Very well, we shall cleanse the land with our blood. So spend 25 for this. This will slightly increase the chances that county will gain the successful New Yam Festival modifier when it's done. The New Yam Festival begins today, heralding the start of the yam harvest. The first batch of new yams, that is, freshly harvested yams, are ritually offered to orders in a grand ceremony, and various animals are also sacrificed. We can eat the new yams only once we finish this ceremony. Different communities of the region have different traditions concerning who is allowed to eat the yams first. Some let the shamans or rulers have their own. Others say that the lowliest members of society should deserve to eat first. Once the first new yam is eaten, the festival will truly begin. I'll say the lowliest, humblest people should be the first to eat the new yams. So the lowliest, humblest members should be the first to eat. So this will increase the popular opinion, I should say. Sometimes during the Yam Festival, locals would publicly display abnormally large yams in their villages to the amusement and fascination of all. I'm examining a few such yams. These truly remarkable specimens are certainly large, some reaching the height of an average person. This is only possible thanks to the Orisha. After much merriment, the new Yam Festival is coming to an end. Our community has been ritually purified. Orisha received good offerings, and everyone had a good time. My messengers and representatives have been sent throughout the realm to inform everyone of the new Yam Festival. It is my hope that other villages and clans in the region will share our joy and hopes for this now ongoing yam harvest. As the festivities and excitement die down, everyone in the community returns to their normal lives. Perhaps next year's Yam Festival will be just as fun. Until then, 65% chance that we would gain them. Did it? Yes, it did. Increasing its holding tax a bit, development growth, and popular opinion. In Diagwa they got it too, but not this one. That was good. Well, now we wait till November. Sparring grounds is finished. Gotta get that renown back. So. I mean, we already have one that's ongoing, so ivory and wood carvers would do. So now, the improvement that to organize the ivory and wood carvers in our territories into a formal organized guild system under our royal patronage. Ivory and wood carving are closely intertwined for the Yoruba, as many wood carvers are also trained as ivory carvers and vice versa, using tusks from elephants killed by local hunting guilds, or wood that's aplenty in the forest regions. These artisans craft beautiful art for use by both elites and commoners. Having an organized guild system is good for both sides. Artisans have a steady supply of work and increased political power given their connections to us, while we can better manage and even profit from local industries. I patronize their art to enhance our dynasty status. Our dynasty grows ever greater. Pop your opinion up. And we can commission one as well. We usually get bead makers. But let's take the cheaper option. We don't have much. Less powerful than the other types of artwork in terms of providing piety, prestige, and renown. They're generally cheaper. Artifacts like these improve martial and intrigue for ivory and wood respectively, whereas this one, for the beads, that's for diplomacy. If I want something like needs ironsmiths, we need to have illustrious, which it's going to take some time to get there. So, till then, tell them to get to work on the iron wood carvers for the minimum cost. Right. Now I have this. We've already read that one. Now that I made my official request, it's a matter of waiting to see what these artists are capable of and what the fruits of labor will be. So, we'll look forward to it. Raise the raiders. There's plenty of areas to raid, starting with them. And in the meantime, I shall meditate in seclusion. Do it one more time before you meditate in other places. We're doing that in the name of prestige, because we got a long way to that. To prevent factionalism. Precision, you say? Thank you. Gee, where'd you get those kind of numbers? Currently at war. Good. An important peasant leader in my domain asked for an audience with me to discuss aspects of everyday life that could improve the living conditions of my peasants. More so, he's involving my entire dynasty in his quest to make my actions be interpreted in that light. While this person sports a martial outlook and above average knowledge, a final request suggests he makes our threat to my coffers in spite of the positive spin. He uses that to be constructive from it all. After all, it's better to have happy peasants than unhappy ones, including this person is backing of a large lot. All I need to carefully evaluate my options. I do not have a high marshal, so I'll get the renown, but this is going to put me into debt for a while. We'll get all that money back by raiding. Even if we have to raid down there. Unless it's the areas where we swore upon the colonists to not raid. A while back, I commissioned some of the crafts guilds working for my family to create a work of art. Finally, the wait is over. Today, the Guild of Ivory and Wood Carvers presented me with the results of their hard labor. An ivory carving, made from the tusk of a mighty elephant felled by local hunters. This artwork is of good quality. It is not the epitome of this kind of art, but it's still nonetheless a stunning work of art. Ultimately, it is a fitting offer for the Ooni like myself, and reflects well on the abilities of these crafts guilds. This is the good Yoruba ivory carving here. A work of art carved in traditional Yoruba style, using ivory taken from the tusk of an African elephant killed by a local hunters guild. It was created by artisans of the Ivory and Woodcarvers Craft Guild, serving under the Oduwa Dynasty. At the request of one of the members, Ooni +2 Marshal, piety, prestige up in battle. Thank you very much. Maybe I should do a grand tour, if we can afford it. Grand tour to get more prestige. You can gain piety fast. A son. Give it here. All the way to the end of the earth, near Cameroon. To the edge of the known world. Man, this is a high level fort. It's because it's their culture. Gotta be careful of that man. Married to her. They're in this together. If they were to keep expanding down this way, they could be a threat to my interests. What took you? Leprosy, but still in great health. Out of doubt. We shall see if she'll be able to keep that modifier. Also, realms broken up in Benin. Piety from buildings. I got here first. Just do it the easy way. Hey, that's a noble woman. And a huntress. And you know, children concubine is a -1 in diplomacy. You have not married yourself, but you already have children of your own. See? I respectfully decline, because I would rather not have children of my own. I'd just like to think that I'm a man of faith who decides not to have a family. It's a personal decision, personal matter. It's just like dedicating our life to religion more than anything else. Oh, hell. Bad idea. Because disadvantage of being disembarked just now. But we outnumber them. So it's fine. Oh, not this shit again. Yeah, don't do that again. From all the way down there. Why does he not leave me in peace? Too bad we haven't been capturing one of their children in order to ransom them for more money. My reliable steward came to me today worried about my financial policies. Presently, my funds are too low to deal safely with any unforeseeable event. As he explained, it is wise I save a good amount of gold to adjust serious matters that might appear when least expected. Without delving too deeply about how I managed my treasury, Kento tells me at the present, judging by my monthly income, the gold reserves are low. Thanks for the information. We're trying to get that through looting. No fancy dreams, I'll spare my gold, so unfortunately I'll take the hit in not gaining as much piety as once was. Can raid one more, then we gotta go back. No matter which way we go, we're gonna take casualties. Lost it. Capture one of their knights. Go home. That's what I should do next. Normally I'm a recluse, but I needed to get my ass to do a grand tour. But right after I meditate, I'll go meditate somewhere else. How about in the secluded forest of Yagba? It's only a short trip, and whatever danger there is, I'll deal with it. All packed and proper, we finally come to the point where we can start our journey from Ife to our next destination in Yagba. As we depart from the holding and on not start treading new ground, I'm certain we will return soon and in one piece. I can't wait. And the raiders return with the loot and the prestige, which will need to get a lot of fame in order to get to illustrious if I want to spend good money on something that's made of iron. No danger here. Alright, meditating for 6 months. You got your gold reserves. What's going on? Oh, he counterattacking. Yeah, all the tribes want to be a bit expansive. And you know, Yorubaland, if we wish to form that kingdom, you gotta get these areas. But would I ever adopt a policy of expansion? Say, how about the Ife vassalage? You're intimidated by me, but not as rightful liege. Perhaps he can be reasoned with. Start swaying. We need to get him to the more positive, and then maybe he'll join us. After arriving in the wild forests of Yagba, I found a peaceful clearing to meditate in. Isolated far away in the wilderness, I find that the troubles which had burdened me at court no longer had any weight to them. For the first time in far too long, I was at peace. This experience will stay with me forever. No danger during travel. At long last, I'm finally home. There's nothing better than arriving back in Ife after a long journey. I look forward to resting for some time, as the Colorado beckons ever onward. My entourage reports have journeyed for 240 days and traversed 5 areas. Thank God, Dumare, I can go inside again. Recently, as soon as I came back, this popped up. Recently in a council meeting, I was pressed by everyone to follow up on the promise I raised a long time ago about allowing vassals to maintain a large number of my due vassal levies as well as financing minor development projects in their lands. It's clear to me my vassals have been lobbying hard in my councils regarding this proposal. I would not be surprised if gold was involved to increase my council's willingness to pursue this issue. As things stand, I say I'll have a definite answer regarding this matter in the next few days. I ain't got no dread. You know, some are terrified of me. I don't have any dread. But would you ever tell the Uni no? And plus we need those said levies to protect ourselves from malefactors. So I'll veto the law. Breaking the promise to my vassals due to a serious matter at hand. Our tyranny will raise by a potential hefty amount. Your Atlantic councillors will be disappointed in the decision. Your Atlantic councillors already suffered opinion malice due to tyranny applied. I'll take the hit. Though that's a loss of 18 opinion. I'll take the hit. On her courage. She's flattered. We'll do the grand tour in once we get 200. Yes, the Uni is going to be traveling to your lands. Coming very, very soon. It'll be a Majesty thing, because we need to get a lot of fame for this. Here we go. This grand tour is an opportunity to show my subjects that I'm a just, benevolent, and majestic liege. So, this is going to earn prestige and vassal opinion. We don't do taxation tours because that's a tribal thing. That's for clans and feudals for those that do taxation tours. It's either Majesty or Intimidation. Obviously it's going to be Majesty. Hold on. One sec. Oh, too diseased? Well, anyways, we'll have a look here. Plus, their opinion is already good. The government is tribal, so you can't get all the extravagant luxuries. Really? Okay, I guess we can wait a couple months. Next year, Grand Tour. $215 is the magic number. Too bad there's no better people with stewardship. So you have no choice but to take your time. Hope I don't have to spend big, because I need to spend it all on a Majesty tour. That's what I need to do. I could go raiding again, but who's got time for that? And don't want to potentially weaken ourselves. Again, it's your courage, because you have the brave trait. You are 76 years old and you're feeling fine. It's kind of my intention that some local commoners will move to Oyo, capital of my brother, Oba Oyo. Locals, newly settled or not, praising me could surely do no harm to his perception of me. It's not worth it. At least you're back at the legitimacy level you're supposed to be, as you are a recognized ruler. What the happened? Not a nephew of the Benin. Fatal apoplexy. He was the good marshal. There's only one person that could fill that. This is my nephew. But my half brother. That's some more. I cannot start a grand tour if you're at a certain age. Actually, you can. Okay. I think it's at a certain age then. Especially this character of why How much does it cost to have bodyguards? Okay. Because I need someone I can trust during times like these. And you do not have a caravan master. Oh no, no lunatics. I would like to have a caravan master. We don't have one, but there is one that can give me some safety because of one's paranoia. She'll have to do. Yeah, we should be getting that grand tour now that you have some with you. Look at the additional awards: county control, popular opinion, legitimacy gain, stress loss. Should tour the ground first, then the 2 dinners. That's what we should do. That'll be a grand entourage. Bring everyone with me. We can have essential luxuries. And these people are coming with me. Including the lunatic. Which I ought to keep an eye on that room. But since I'm a zealous person, it'll be altruism. So as I seek to improve the lives of others by looking for opportunities to take altruistic actions. Increased in popular opinion and piety, in addition to prestige, as it's the name of the game here. Wait 1 month, because I want to bring a few Trans-Saharan merchants with me. But I don't have the other traits that can give you that option. Like say, yeah, don't have certain traits or commander traits to give it that. We can organize another clan-based craft guild, but that'll be for another time. Yeah, it's just gonna be us and the Trans-Saharan merchants. It's a new year. So, though traveling with a large number of caravans might slow the journey down, there is safety in numbers. These traders are experienced in traversing the diverse landscapes of Africa, and travel might offer the occasional business opportunity. Enough time's been wasted. Though there is danger in going into these forests, but I ain't afraid. We got a bunch of people with us. And you can keep me safe. Although not always guaranteed, but let's do it. And hopefully we will earn some gold back through these merchants, as each time we enter the barrier, there's a 5% chance you might get a small amount of gold from a trade deal, depending on your diplomacy and stewardship. Neither are good. Ichikanikala. He's a renowned Trans-Saharan merchant. He's a prominent merchant along the Trans-Saharan trade routes crisscrossing Africa. He has experience in the arts of trade, travel, and negotiation. Which again, ladies and gentlemen, for those that remember my previous series, this is just like the Silk Road merchant. But over in Africa, you get this. The time has come to depart for my grand tour of Ife. My court is packed, ready, and rearing to go. Our first stop will be my nephew, Nana Ibika. stronghold over in Benin. I look forward to visiting him and seeing my realm, one holding at a time. I am certain that the High Chief of Ile-Ife subject will speak of my benevolence for a long time to come. I can't wait. So as you start with 150 prestige, and we got a lot more to go. So the Majesty will focus success. To success, you need to get this up to get more renown, in addition to a lot of prestige. So we can only hope to get lucky, depending on how character works. Not to mention we'll be traveling very, very slow. Slow and steady. We're not traveling fast. Just take your sweet time going through the jungle. The old Duduwa dynasty is known far and wide, as it's insignificant now. No longer obscure. My arrival at Nana was stronger than Benini's marked a fanfare befitting the Ooni of the realm. And the locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. My vassal duly receives me with all the recs of deference. Iwaka's outlines the plan tour and shows me Benin is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on the towns and fields will be entertaining enough. Only time will tell. Let's get to it then. 50 prestige just for arriving there. And every county control gone up. Well, it was about time for that to happen. I inherited the land that I don't really want. Shared elf in these local villages. No buildings to speak of. Anyone in my family? Ah, brother, you don't have land. This is yours. Wish we had the time to visit you, but you are going to travel to go govern that land. He was with me on the entourage, but I say, time for you to go. And he qualifies to be the Chancellor. That would help with the prestige gain. Okay, more majestic. I have concluded my royal visitation to Benin, and now my procession prepares to depart. Nana Iwaka of Benin, and his court all lined up to neatly seem part of everyone present, time to collect tribute for bestowing of my presence. Normally I would say I make no demands. That's optional. But I'll say it's time for tribute. I mean, I need prestige for a good reason. And a bit of renown too. We don't get enough of those. Thank you very much. No danger in traveling in the forest yet. I receive a welcome worthy of an Ooni at the gates of Nana Uwu's stronghold in Ibadan. There is a little doubt that the splendor of my train has made a great impression. It is good to see my brother. We formally embrace, publicly marking the bonds of family. Who explains that the planned evening banquet, promising the entertainments and victuals on offer near the standards amount hosts dinners. The Nana assures me that only the finest he is the finest food to offer. Let's begin. That remains to be seen. Development up for you, because you deserve it. This evening, I am seated next to Nanaho's court chaplain, Ayobuni, just watching exercise and play vlogging. Truly, I grow tired of life here in Ibadan, and long to elevate my station in life. My talents are wasted here, and they have been thinking of slipping off you back to Ife, where I can really show what I am worth. Her laments seem genuine, but I cannot really steal from the Nanas. Wheezing, precision. I'll say I could be a shoulder to cry on, at least. Time for a tribute. You refuse that demand? How dare you, half-brother? You are the one that's gonna inherit on the land one day. I could have just said no, easily. Hold it right there, what? That latest activity? Benevolence presence. But still. We'll be traveling across the forest, and we'll reach into the savannah. And then back again. 1 second. Just a thought. Raiders, that's what's going on up there. Dinner time again. Okay, this is unrelated. As an extremely well-groomed emissary coming from Amelia of Idrisid's court, that's way up in Morocco. Just was presented to me. I immediately sensed something out of the ordinary was afoot. As he proceeds to explain, I was invited to a very restrict party where only the most prestigious of the diplomatic circle of nearby lords were present to discuss matters of international relevance in a cozy environment. He further stressed to me of how important my presence was, and patiently waited for my answer to be given at the moment to return to his court to organize everything. I attempted to hide my dilemma, because if I performed 40, my prestige would suffer immensely, whereas if in a passable way I would gain nothing. Of course, there's always a chance the takes and a state of our Raven a heap's prestige in yet. Well, there's the problem. I am not a very diplomatic person. You can take the prestige loss. Your fame won't lose. So I'll say I cannot go. Sorry. It is another evening of my stay in Antiquity of Oma's home. Yet another foreign meal is placed in front of me. I knock it around a little with my knife, watching as the dark, unfamiliar sauce slides on like cascading mud. Oh, what I wouldn't give for some food from the capital. Just some simple saffron cakes would be fine. I could ask now to get to just something back on my course, but I risk causing offense. I'm sure local food is fine. Dinner this evening is a little different than what I'm used to. The cook lackadaisically drops a bowl in front of me and I'm immediately met with the most unworldly aroma I've ever smelled in my life. This dish is from the depths of Odin, is offensive to all the senses. Some slimy gray substance sits in this pale foamy broth like an unattended chamber pot, with a single sprig of herb placed on top of the futile effort to make the thing look appetizing. My every instinct compels me to fling the thing out of the nearest window. But now I get to associate the local delicacy worthy of the Uni. Well, down the hatch. It was a good meal. Time for tribute. You gave in. That's good. Except for you. You gotta be dealt with at some point. Even though you are the heir to everything. Just in case, this is for characters can be in prison. Tribal rulers or non-tribal legions may settle becoming feudal or clan. Pass that law. No luck. On. Aha! By traveling together with Egalitarian and his merchant caravans, I've come across business opportunities that I would not have otherwise. While in oil, we were able to secure a favorable trade deal with the merchants we met there. I could accept the deal as is, or risk and haggle to get even more on the other merchants. They might refuse and the deal might fall through. Don't haggle. So the original agreement is fine. Gain 32, that's pretty good. So I gained 200 prestige and 50 renown for all this. Something tells me that next time, get more vassals. You want to see the council? You got the... Yeah, you're better at that job. And Albina. You got it. He'll be fine. You should increase development here in Ife. Because we're in a good way. See? Not quite the amount that I had hoped, but it'll do for the time being. Can't do it because not prestigious enough. But there are other ways to gain prestige for this. There are ways, but first, let me meditate to the jungles of Ibadan. Spend 2 gold. Just take me to there. Let me meditate upon this. And I'll think about another way to get more fame. $6 months. difficult and dangerous, they say. We sit there and ponder on it. Dynasty slandered. Not gonna go away anytime soon. Obviously, the cheapest way, another way to get more renown is just due to ancestor veneration. Oh yes, funeral. That's another way to get piety. I know that one of my none of my siblings have died. They're all in good health. If I'm ever to lose one in whatever circumstance, I'll be sure to mourn for you. Again, would not be willing to do that because the amount of Cosmopolitan, that's half of it. And as well as they're currently focusing on improving the development here in Ife. The buzzing insects and singing birds of the Lebanon jungles provided constant background noise as I sought to look inside myself. The remote location was a significant boon, giving me welcome reprieve from the daily problems I have to typically deal with. You've mastered the art. Right. Level of devotion impact. Which, in level of devotion, what it does is just adds opinion to your fellow people. And this adds more. As I said, would like to be a theologian at the end of it. And then focus on scholarship. You what? You screw up. I was trying to improve relations with them. Oh, and he's gout-ridden. But he's feeling fine. And he also has an angry spouse. And he just made himself High Chief. That means we can't offer vassalization of him. He just made himself the High Chief. I don't like that. And she's said to be the hero. Who is this woman? Was formerly a concubine, but now made it a legitimate wife. But hey, gout doesn't hurt your fertility. And these two don't like each other, apparently. They're enraged. Hold on. I'm at a local tavern enjoying some good food and some good music. The music in particular is being played by a veteran bard who plays the lute as beautifully as he sings. In the middle of his performance, however, tragedy strikes. The strings on his lute snap, and he is bereft of an instrument to play. He looks heartbroken as he stares at the shock of the remains of his lute. It's alright, I'll buy him a drink and give him money for the new lute. Maybe we should hold a tournament. That's for prestige. Actually, hold that thought. My knight, Tunde, has been twittering news of beasts spotted in my room. I'm hearing much talk from Benin. It is said there are excellent prospects for hunting thereabouts, with many a worthy heron seen roaming the jungle. Bird sighting. Interesting. Hunting is another way to get fame. Though I'm not employing a master to hunt, we'll get one. Ayatunde, you're the man. Even though this grants more prestige if you do higher power, but this is falconry. This is a different matter. There's no holding here. There's no danger here, so no reason to add travel options. Much more prestige, but better chance of success means more prestige. This can wait a few months. Then we'll go hunting. Falconry. My entourage and I are strolling back on a short foray into Ife, when we unexpectedly run across my brother, Nana Aramian, and his retinue, skulking around my capital on unannounced business. Ah, Hila, I was hoping I'd run into you. Come, I found the most delightful little Taberna just a short ways in there. Would you care to join me for some ingravating herbal infusions, some ashes, some of these cakes? Try to keep up, friend. Cause him talk too freely, so I get a weak hook on him, in addition of getting more fame. I never know what I'll need you for. Again, I'm a big spender on these. So bring everybody. If you can. So let's go do this. I'll be hosting a hunt in Benin, and time's come for us to depart. Look forward to spending time outdoors. My bird skills will show the others just how to maintain immune. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm getting out of my seclusion, because I'm about fame now. I'll be paragon of virtue in no time, but I just want to have illustrious so I can spend the money to commission another artifact in the future. As we wait the arrival of the rest of the guests, my servants can get started on the preparations. The gamekeepers check the wilderness each day for signs of quarry, while establishing a camp closer to the hunting grounds. Those herons are close. I could feel it. Ayotunde, your master of the hunt, summons the party to gather as light reaches the camp near the jungle in the jungle near Benin. With any luck, we find a bevy of quails. Our hawks will have a great sport. My beaters should have no problems bringing the birds out of hiding. Noted a few spots likely to bear fruit. Well, let's get out there. Chance of success dropped, unfortunately. My hawk has completely disappeared from my view, and looking all around the landscape, I see nothing. Down here is screeching out for me. I find it perched with blood dripping from its talons. Though there's no sign of any other beast nearby. Clearly my hawk has recently got into a fight with someone too big for it to take it on myself, and it must be nearby. Let's find the beast. Made little progress. I don't think it's good enough. Tomileo has been admiring my bird since the first part of the hunt, and I could hardly blame her. Such a truly magnificent and beautiful beast it is. We near a small river, rich and busy with fish of generous size. We feel this is a perfect opportunity to show what my hawk can do. Ah, hell. Yeah. This is my giantess bodyguard, which she's a witch and also seductress and brave. Someone you want to have by your side. My hawk failed. Tunde, my master hunt signals to the party to hush as we arrive at the reach spot set up by the game masters. From our vantage point, we can see several tawny coils strutting about the dense undergrowth ahead. The beaters will soon be in position, ready to spook the game to flight. The party halts to prepare to remove birds' hoods and set them, one by one, to their sport. Fly through, little one. This isn't gonna work. As Nana Iwika and I pat on the foot over some troublesome ground, I almost jump out of my skin to the sound of an almighty yelp. I turn to see my nephew has fallen into the concealed pit trap, which now holds his leg tightly in place. He howls in pain. Ah, these damned commoners. Why can't they hunt like real men? Ideola, where's Ideola? Look, it's a guaranteed fail, alright? So, 100% chance that she judges the wound and he loses the wounded trait. Again, this is my nephew we're talking here. She botches it somehow. Now you just gave him infected wound or something along those lines. Or is it just a false text? I watch Exile as my hawk identifies target and takes swing when it's watched soaring high in the air. The coils are none the wiser as my hawk scans on the high ground above. Time of year my hawk swoops in to kill but misses and retreats so only grazes the target. My hour's attempts the game have all but disappeared and the hawk is near exhausted. Light is fading. So always next time, gain a bit of stress due to having that calm trait. The party seemed to have beset every misery that old Dragoon can conjure. I'm most relieved to leave the jungle behind me. The master of the hunt, Tunde gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The Crow's Day eluded us this time. Gained a lot of fame for that, at the least. So don't see it as a loss. You did what you could. He desires my chiefdom, and yes, accept the cola nuts, it gives me prestige. So this man, anger spouse, gout ridden. Tell you what, let's go raiding. Actually, hold that thought. Babatunde is the raider here. Stop swaying him. Relations fallen because he desires one of my territories. So I suggest you go raid him. And then we'll work our way up. Raid speed will be much faster. See how he likes it. Half brother. gotta go after them rather than us. You got it. Got your mother. Want him to pay? Yes. Spy master and daughter. Down there. Pay up. See, there's a few spots that hasn't been raided. I go up there. Aha. You're next. My prisoner Bad, or Bod, is how it's pronounced, one would think. Courtier and 2 others. So many prisoners. And this better be good. Oh my goodness, look at the advantage. Get the out of here. That's a kingdom over there. Are you mad? This will be raidable by the time we get there. The what? Yeah, it's quite far now. But we'll be back soon. I'm Paragon of Virtue. Which means if I want to, which I probably won't, all you need is the money, then you could start promoting it, but I don't have the good upkeep for all that. Probably need more trading posts or something along those lines. We are so far from home. This way. Where are we? Okay, raid that, then one more, then go home. Another one. Go. Still no children. Capturing other people of their council. This is the last one. Alright, let's bring it home. All the way. Whichever way is the quickest. 10 months versus 7 months, okay. Actually, would it be quicker if you just first take the river and then back down this way and then home? Actually, it does not, so I guess this way it is. This is the quickest way. After all, you're the organizer. You're the one that can get them moving. So we're going to take a few attrition along the way. But not as much thanks to this. Challenge a board game to me. Friendly game, board game. Alright. Now that Odomion's already waiting to begin our little chess match. Santa waiting in competitive grandmaster at a large cross features. We're neck and neck, though neither of us even close to victory. It feels good to turn the tables on you, you know. That's what I thought. It always seems like you gotta be under your thumb unless we're playing chess, of course. I'm unparalleled in the theory of chess because learning's my strong suit. Our match marches on. Odomien. Continuing with such a devious ruse, I'm left speechless. Naturally, my technique's kindling formidable. He's starting to win, though neither of us equals beating. If only public speaking was as easy as beating you at chess. You dare to talk to the Uni like that? I know the rules of chess like the back of my hand. Said foils him. I'm beating him handily. Victor so consequences. Oh, is it my go? Yawns my bone. Sorry, not been paying a huge amount of attention. You know, I've read entire manuals on chess, and I've won the game. With a roar of triumph, I surged to my feet, scattering pieces everywhere. The game of chess is mine. Another fine victory and my indisputable rise towards the role of king of games. The desolate man remains seated, hands on his haunches, trying to comprehend where he went wrong. I'd love to play a game again sometime. He agrees that it was such a good game. Even though it was largely one-sided. To me. Nupe has made some gains, whereas I need to start making territorial gains of my own. I mean, obviously the decentralized area is easier, but... Oh, there's two Nupes, I just noticed. After all, they're all part of that same religion over there. Almost home. Just another month and then we'll be there. There you go. You can start a legend if you wish to. But remember, this is the advice on legends. Each legend available to you is visible here, as well as all the information. At the top are legend seeds, the basis of a legend. They can be earned or may, in some cases, already be owned due to a character fulfilling certain criteria. Below them are world advice. Legends, which track other advice, legends in the world are not actively promoted by you. Promoters are characters who actively support a given legend. I don't know, Court Chronicler is very cheap in Tribal. The information included in the Device Legends panel includes the base cost, maintenance, active effects, and legend quality. Highlighted is the button used to select the legend from the list. This panel includes information on the legend you're about to create, as well as giving you a selection of characters. These characters are potential choices for legend protagonists. Starting a legend will trigger a legend chronicle, for which you could increase the legend quality or complete the legend. Let me read these a bit more. Legend protagonists? The legend protagonist is the main character of a legend, whose the deeds are there and described. The owner of a legend can also be its legend protagonist, but could still be a member of their family, dead or alive, as long as they are 16 years old or over. Legend protagonists get no direct extra bonuses on themselves, but the content about the legend will be focused on them. They will, however, grant additional legitimacy to the legend owner, based on how many virtuous traits they hold. The legend protagonist must be an adult, for saying that the infant killed a dragon might be controversial. Well, there's the problem with that. My father, he's not that virtuous. I mean, it can't be me, despite the fact I'm a religious man, but it should be someone more virtuous. However, Odumare, making a legend about him, I have feeling that's also be a controversial choice because, you know, whatever writing stuff you would say for the keeper of this holy site may also be considered controversial because you are writing an exaggerated lesson of a god. You know, the god of everything is Odumare, but writing a legend of his deeds and what he did and all that, as I said, you are either exaggerating it or you are blaspheming it, so I wouldn't recommend that. But again, that's up to me, and as well as you know, the income. Look, to maintain, sure, we can maintain all of this, but it's those other tasks, however, that costs more per month. Although not as much as I originally thought, but again, tribal government differences. Do not have city planning. That's for that. Yeah. I think you probably have to build another one of these if you want to make a meaningful, you know, little income. If you really want to create that legend, which again, they're useful for gaining legitimacy, renown, prestige, piety, traits, and claims. And I'm a religious man myself. So do you think that I should create a legend about myself? I mean, I got plenty of good years to live, but yeah, that gave me a thought. Legend seed. Yes, the legend seed is a legend in the making. A legend seed are basis of a legend, and by finding them, a ruler may start a legend. Legend seeds can be earned by fulfilling some criteria like being the heir of Charlemagne, or by performing legendary deeds, major decisions, winning a great holy war, becoming king or emperor, organizing a grand activity, hunting a legendary animal, etc. Inactive legend seeds have no cost but bear no effects. Founding a legend seed for the first time and has gold costing. Which, again, this Holy Legend thing, that's good and all, but to me that's kind of generic. As I said, I wouldn't create this legend unless I did something meaningful, like, as I said, realm founding decision or hunt a legendary animal or anything like that. That is more worth it than just think about the ancestors and all that. So we'll end the episode on that note. So we'll do something about that amount of money we have, as I wish to be more illustrious, which I believe there's a way to do that. Yeah, we still have that. I mean, that's a permanent effect, is it not? Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's permanent. That's what you have now. So you probably want to commission another one, which would be... Yeah, this provides more prestige, but I don't have, you know, that as of yet. As we're trying to fill it all. But we'll find a ways to get more prestige in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.